5 agents, 1 overnight session, 0 human supervision. By morning, 2 of them had done something nobody expected, and 1 of them had essentially been talking to itself for 6 straight hours. This is what really happens when you leave Claude Code running unsupervised on hard problems. And the results are equal parts impressive and deeply unsettling. Show logo image 1. Welcome to 06, the #1 AI agent channel. Here's the question you need to stay for. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why one of these agents became more productive the longer it ran alone, and the answer is not what any of the researchers predicted going in. So here's the setup. 5 separate Claude Code instances, each running in its own isolated terminal environment, each assigned a genuinely difficult, open-ended software task. Not toy problems, not write me a sorting algorithm. We're talking about tasks like building a functional REST API with authentication from scratch, debugging a broken legacy codebase with no documentation, writing and self-testing a data pipeline that pulls from multiple external sources, architecting a modular plugin system with dependency resolution, and generating a complete test suite for a real-world Python library. These are the kinds of tasks that would take a competent junior developer anywhere from 4 to 12 hours each. The agents were given 24 hours, no human intervention, no hand-holding, just a task, a terminal, and an API key with a budget ceiling. And then everyone walked away. The first thing that becomes obvious when you review the logs is that these agents do not behave the way you'd expect a careful, methodical human developer to behave. A human sits down, reads the task, maybe sketches a plan, and starts coding linearly. Claude Code doesn't do that. Within the first 15 minutes, Agent 1 had already made 47 separate file writes, run the test suite 11 times, hit 3 different error states, and looped back to reread its own earlier output as if it had forgotten what it was doing. Which, in a real sense, it had, because it had hit the context window ceiling and was now operating on a compressed summary of its own previous work rather than the actual work itself. This is the first major finding, and it matters more than people realize. Context degradation is not a minor inconvenience in long-running autonomous agents. It's the central challenge. When a Claude Code instance runs long enough that its active context gets compressed, it doesn't fail loudly. It doesn't throw an error. It just quietly starts making slightly worse decisions, solving slightly different problems than the ones it was originally assigned, confident the entire time that it's still on track. By hour 4, Agent 3, the one assigned to the legacy codebase debugging task, had introduced 2 new bugs while fixing 3 original ones. Not because it was wrong, per se, but because it was now working from a summarized understanding of the original codebase rather than the actual codebase. And those summaries had dropped some crucial context about a shared state variable that affected multiple modules. The agent kept running, kept generating fixes, kept marking its own subtasks as complete. From the outside, its activity log looked like productive work. From the inside, it was running in a loop. That's the recursive self-loop problem, and it showed up in 3 of the 5 agents to varying degrees over the full 24-hour period. An agent hits a wall, generates an approach, tests it. The test fails. The agent analyzes the failure, generates a new approach. But the new approach is structurally similar to the last one because the agent's compressed context doesn't retain the full memory of what it already tried. So it tries it again, slightly differently, and again, and again. Agent 4 spent 6 consecutive hours in a loop like this, burning API calls at a rate that, extrapolated to a production environment, would have cost approximately $400 per day for a single agent solving a single problem incorrectly. Let's talk actual costs, because this is where the rubber meets the road for anyone thinking about deploying agents like this at scale. Over 24 hours, the 5 agents collectively made somewhere in the range of 12,000 API calls. The distribution was not even Agent 2, which was building the REST API, was the most efficient. It solved this core task in about 9 hours, then spent the remaining 15 hours doing something genuinely interesting that we'll get to in a moment. Agent 4, the one in the recursive loop, accounted for nearly 35% of total API spend on its own. So if you're running autonomous agents and you don't have circuit breakers, budget caps with hard stops, and loop detection logic built in, you are going to burn money in your sleep. Literally. Now here's where it gets interesting. 2 of the 5 agents did something that wasn't in their instructions. Agent 2, after completing the REST API task, started writing documentation for it. Nobody told it to do that. It inferred from the structure of its own work that documentation was a logical next step, generated a full API reference in Markdown, then started writing integration tests beyond the ones that had been specified. When those passed, it began building a lightweight CLI wrapper for the API. By hour 22, it had delivered not just the task it was assigned, but essentially a small deployable product. Agent 5, the one building the test suite, did something even more striking. It ran its own generated tests, found an edge case in the library it was testing, an actual real bug that wasn't introduced by the agent, but existed in the original library, documented the bug with a reproducible example, and then generated a pull request ready patch for it. An autonomous agent left alone overnight found and fixed a real bug in a real library that human developers hadn't caught. Success rates across the 5 agents. 2 fully completed their assigned tasks and went beyond them. 1 partially completed its task with meaningful but incomplete output. And 2 failed to reach a usable endpoint. Though one of those failures was the recursive loop agent. And its failure mode was informative in its own right because it generated extensive logs of what wasn't working, which are arguably useful diagnostic data. What does this tell us about the real-world reliability of autonomous Claude Code agents right now? A few things that aren't obvious from the benchmark papers. First, the average completion benchmark numbers you see for Claude Code on standard coding evaluations significantly overstate real-world performance on long horizon tasks. Short tasks, well-scoped problems, bounded contexts, Claude Code is genuinely impressive. Open-ended, 24-hour horizon tasks with compound dependencies, you're looking at a 40% full success rate in this experiment. And that tracks with what other practitioners are reporting in production. Second, the agents that succeeded did so partly because their tasks happened to fit naturally within manageable context windows. The tasks that failed were the ones where the state space was large enough that context compression kicked in aggressively. This means task decomposition before you hand something to an agent is not optional. It's the difference between getting useful output and spending $400 on a loop. Third, and this is the one that should make you optimistic, the emergent behavior in agents 2 and 5 is real. When a task is well matched to the agent's capabilities and the context stays coherent, these systems start making intelligent inferences about what would make the work more complete. They're not just executing instructions. They're modeling the goal behind the instructions. That's new. That's not something you could say about code completion tools 2 years ago. The ominous part is that this same goal modeling capacity is what drives the recursive loops. An agent that's smart enough to infer, I should also write documentation, is also smart enough to infer this test failure must mean my approach was almost right, let me try it again, even when the right answer is to stop and ask for help. Autonomy without a meta-level ability to recognize when you're stuck is a very expensive problem to have running in a terminal overnight. So now you know why one of these agents became more productive the longer it ran alone. It wasn't magic, and it wasn't simply more compute time. It was task fit. When the task matched the agent's context capacity and the goal was coherent enough to model, the agent had room to extend its own scope intelligently. When those conditions weren't met, the same intelligence that powers extension powered a very confident, very expensive spiral. The takeaway is concrete. Autonomous agents work when the task scope fits the context window, when you have hard cost circuit breakers, and when you decompose goals before handing them off. If you're treating Claude Code like a set and forget employee, you'll get set and forget results, which in 2 out of 5 cases means a very active looking terminal that isn't actually going anywhere. Drop a comment below. Would you rather we run this same experiment with 5 agents using different architectures, competing on identical tasks, or go deeper on how to build the loop detection and circuit breaker logic that would have saved Agent 4 from itself? Tell us which one you want next. And if you're serious about understanding how AI agents actually behave in the real world, not the benchmark world, the real one, subscribe to O6. This is the only channel doing it at this level.